Hello everyone, you're welcome to Mom Health Parenting YouTube channel. I am Dr. Aderemi for Mom Health Limited. We're going to be discussing something mother to child or something a bit personal. We're going to be talking about first aid for baby fever. This is very common. Fever is very common. Fever is common among everybody. Adults, we have fever. Children have fever. Babies have fever. It's usually a body's response to a certain thing. It could be anything. It could even be a response to a physiologic process. When I mean physiologic process, it could be a response to something normal. For instance, in women, when women are ovulating, they have a fever because of hormones. It has nothing to do with an ailment, or it doesn't mean they are sick. So that's what I mean by fever could be a response to a normal thing. If your baby takes immunization, the baby could react by having a fever. So that's also a normal process. But fever could also be something deep-seated and body is responding by having a fever. So it could also be from a pathological cause. The most important thing I want to point out here is fever for mothers is subjective. If I carry my baby now and I know and I feel like my baby is warm, something is off, and I give the baby to another person and no, the baby is not feverish, or you even give the baby to the baby's dad is that, no, this is normal. So it's really a mother's instinct. Oh, my baby is warm. Fever is subjective. You don't need anybody to tell you that, oh, my baby has a fever. You would know when your baby has a fever because there's a change in your baby's normal temperature. So fever in neonates, that's young babies that are less than 28 days old, most times their normal body temperature is from 36.5 degrees Celsius to 37.5 degrees Celsius. That's for neonates. But for infants, it usually varies. It's very subjective. Even at 37.4 might be abnormal for a child. So it's usually subjective, and if you feel like, oh, my baby has a fever, then you could do something about it. And that's what we are going to discuss. What do we do? First aid. First of all, first aid is just first aid though. First aid is just before you take the baby to the hospital. In fact, in neonates, once the baby is less than 3 months, you don't even need to do first aid. Just take the baby to the hospital because you don't know what's wrong with the baby. Most mothers assume, oh, it's immunization, oh, it's malaria. It could be something else. I have seen a baby that recently got immunized and came to the clinic. The mother was complaining that after a few hours, baby had a fever. Tests were run, full blood count, CRP, and they were all elevated, indicative of an infective process. This means that the fever was not purely from the immunization. The baby was sick. So please, there's no first aid for any baby that is less than 3 months. If your baby has a fever, let the pediatrician make a diagnosis of immunization fever by his or herself. It's not your call. Less than 3 months, kindly take the baby to the hospital. So now, other babies or older babies, 3 months to 12 months, what can we do? A common cause of fever in children, in infants, is overclothing. Especially in this part of the world, people believe cover the child is hot, please protect the child, put plenty clothing on the child. It's the commonest cause of fever, overclothing. So the first thing to do is what? Expose the child. Expose the child to air. Let the child breathe. Expose the child a bit and see if the temperature will decline. Another thing you can do is tepid sponge the child, not with cold water. Please don't pour cold water on the child. Children are very, very delicate. Just tepid sponge with lukewarm water. Another thing you can do is you could give first aid in terms of paracetamol, ibuprofen. These are just analgesics to try to reduce the fever. Another thing you can do is, aside removing excessive clothing, tepid sponging, applying or giving analgesia, you could try and make the child more comfortable. Ensure that the child remains hydrated. Keep giving the child fluid, because sometimes dehydration itself can even cause or worsen fever. You keep giving the child fluid, ensure the child is comfortable, you tepid-sponge the child, expose the child, give paracetamol or ibuprofen. According to the normal baby guidelines, proper dosing please, proper dosing. Don't go and overdose the child. If all this do not work, kindly take the child to the hospital. I'm only talking about first aid. Children are different. Children are delicate. This is purely first aid. Once you see this isn't working, or once the child or the baby is less than 3 months, kindly visit the pediatrician. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to share this video. Also, hit the notification button to get more videos like this. You can also visit our website at www.momhealth.com.ng for all maternal and baby products. Guess what? We have a 10% discount for you for all purchases made on that website. Another good news we have for you is you could also visit Google Play Store and download the Mom Health mobile app to explore all our amazing features. Thank you very much.